here we are, an early night for us. And it's me and you tonight. It's really not.
At least we made it.
Times, I tell you, busy times.
Busy bees.
I love your new background.
Start painting. I love this painting.
Oh. Hi.
Was I skipping?
It's you and moi and the chicken.
This is not, you're not imagining, this is not Lisa. I look a lot like Lisa, but it's not Lisa.
No, Lisa's on the road. She had some business she had to take care of today, so it's me and you.
Hey. I don't think I've ever just been the sitting person. Like I'm always
like the guest
person. So I'm just going to be a lady of leisure and watch you.
Yes, you're the guest at the dinner party. Yeah, and I have a call I'm going to get on a little bit later, a political call, and so we're going a little earlier than we normally would, but hey, we're still here.
Why not? So what are you making tonight?
I decided I can't believe we have not made peanut noodles on this show in a year, over a year. What?
I can't believe it.
And it's like so easy. And once you get the sauce, you can add anything to it. So I thought, well, this is a perfect night for peanut noodles. And also it's really like you can eat them cold, you can eat them hot. It's just, I love peanut noodles.
I have to say I'm a cold peanut noodle gal, you know?
It's so good.
I have been known to eat them in front of the refrigerator out of the container. So good. So
yes. Yay. So here's the thing. It's a little early for us to eat dinner, so I'm not going to do the whole noodles on the show, but you may use any kind of noodles you want. If you're gluten-free, here's a rice noodle.
Those are great.
Yep. These, if you haven't ever made them, are super easy. Generally, you just stick them in hot water and let them sit there for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. It depends on the package. You should read the directions. They're all different. But that's generally it. You let them sit in hot water until they kind of reabsorb. And then you can stir fry them or just add the peanut sauce. But you can also just use regular noodles, linguine or spaghetti or typical noodles that you might use. You can also use ramen noodles if you want to use those.
That's a good idea. Vermicelli.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you read those directions because I know I made those once and I boiled the water and I boiled the noodles continuously like you would pasta in a rapid boil, and it turned into gelatinous.
Yeah.
Yes. And I went to go look at it. I was just like, it was like one blob and plop.
Oops, cooking error.
Don't do what I did. We did directions.
Yeah. And they're all different. Each company is different. I go to the Asian market, so I always look on the back because sometimes there are no directions.
Right.
They're just written in whatever language aisle you're in, Vietnamese or Asian of some kind. And that's not helpful to those of us who do not read that language. So I have my new pot. Look. Isn't it beautiful?
Wow. Is that copper?
Yes. My friend Mark was getting rid of some pots, and so I ended up with a couple of his copper pots, and I love them.
Who gets rid of copper pots? Who is this Mark?
I know this crazy Mark friend. Mark, I have no idea. I have no idea. He said he carried these. These are so heavy. He carried 4 of them back from France years ago and never used them. I cannot tell you, this pot is so heavy.
What is he doing that he doesn't need those pots anymore? Is he like going on a sailboat or something? Like what? Why would you have to start with a pot like that? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Oh my God. Oh, that's crazy.
So he's happy too because they went to a good home of someone who will love them.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay, so there's not ingredients, but I'm very lucky with the Asian store that we go into, Talin, has a lot of stuff that's organic, and they even have organic soy sauce.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So important because there's a lot of GMO soy out there. So if you get we get organic.
Yep. So I'm going to do 2 cloves of garlic and a small bunch of green onion and some ginger. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil. And I love that Trader Joe's has the organic kind too. That's awesome.
Yeah. Is that sorry? That's me. Sorry. I'm trying to. It's my.
No, maybe I was hoping it was Lisa.
It's my phone talking to my computer. I have too many things, even though my phone's on silent. So sorry about that. So are you putting this in the Cuisinart?
No, I'm putting the oil. Where's my knife? I'm putting the oil in my pot.
You're gonna heat everything up. Ah, so what?
Yeah,
What are you doing with the garlic? Are you chopping it or?
Yeah, mince it. Yep, I'm gonna mince my garlic up, smack it around a little bit first, and I'm gonna toast it in the sesame oil.
Nice.
With some of these chopped green onions. Now, if you were with us last year, you will know that these green onions, if they have the bottom, like the little roots here, you can cut this much off and plant them.
You can.
And they will regrow.
They will.
It's kind of a miracle.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. So we will have green onions all year now, just from the one package.
The leftovers.
Yeah. How's your greenhouse going? You're in the greenhouse business now.
Well, I got my nursery license this year.
Oh,
so I'm official. I'm a legit operation. So I probably have about 4,000 or 5,000 plants I'm selling, starter plants.
Oh my God. What do you have?
Well, surprise. I'll give you one guess. Herbs.
What?
It's crazy. Yeah, you would have guessed it. So I've got, I think I have 15 or 16 different herbs, and I have 3 varieties of tomatoes and 2 varieties of peppers. So a lot of the things are obviously things I use already in my products and grow in my garden for all my Holly's homegrown stuff. And then I threw in a couple things that I thought customers would like. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but I really, really enjoy that part of the business, which is the growing part. It's really fun. So it's been great. Follow me on Instagram and you can see all the pictures of all my babies.
Yeah, I love seeing all the Instagram posts.
I know when people buy them, I'm like, I feel like I'm giving away I'm like, I just need these to go to a good home.
Oh God!
Take care of them. Very attached.
Know how to take care of them. Do you instruct them?
I have a 3-page instruction, single space on my website that I send people to. No, I'm not kidding. So yeah. Yes, I do.
I want to make sure they're in a good home.
Well, I always tell people, everybody says, oh, I have a black thumb. I can't grow anything. And I said, well, plants are like pets. You have to water them. You have to feed them. And you have to take care of them. Pay some attention to them. Yeah. So you'll be just fine.
Yeah. And it's pretty basic, though, water, sun, fertilizer.
Oh, you would be amazed the questions I get. I mean, it's really funny. I actually had a guy ask me the other day if these plants needed water. And I said, yes. Yes, they do.
Do they need water?
Yes, he said. This is a grown man. This was not a problem. I thought he was joking or being sarcastic at first. And I was like, he's serious. And I have my mom's worst poker face in the world. So you can read me so easily. And I was so worried I
would have been like the dog in the dashboard.
Exactly. I was just like, I remember thinking, I can't show in my face how absurd of a question that was because I didn't want to insult the man. But anyway, so yes, you'd be surprised. But anyway, so that's your fancy garlic grater thing. You got me. You gave me one.
Yes, aren't these magical?
They're fabulous.
See, the bumps right here are the best thing for grating ginger. Your life will completely change around ginger.
It's so good. Okay, so what have you put in there? I've been babbling on. So you've got onion.
I've got 2 cloves of garlic, a small bunch of scallions chopped up, and now I added about a tablespoon, half-ish of ginger. And I'm just going to let that brown up a little bit.
It's so funny. I don't ever do that. I just throw them fresh in the Cuisinart and blend it like that. I don't cook it like this. This must be really.
Well, Lisa will tell you I'm a toaster. I toast my spices. I toast a lot of things.
It's a great idea.
This to me is toasting. That doesn't preclude the fact that I'll add, some fresh scallions at the end.
At the end.
Yeah.
But this gives it a different flavor profile because another layer really. I'm making something tonight for us in the cooker, like a mushroom beef stew soup thing, and because my son has a lacrosse game tonight, and we keep, all the sports are up again, so we keep getting home so late, and I don't want to stop and get pizza or whatever junk food at night for the kids. So I've been doing a lot of the slow cooker, so stuff's ready when we get home.
Yeah.
But brown the meat, and I brown the onions, caramelize the onions before I put them in the slow cooker. It's the same concept. Yep. It's just to give it some caramelization.
Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So this is so totally easy. Now there's a sugar component. You can do brown sugar, white sugar, honey, but I am choosing to do maple syrup this time because I have some.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm doing.
What if you don't? What if you don't? Or I guess you could use stevia, but
I guess you could, or you could probably leave the sugar out.
I would leave it out. I would rather than add stevia. Actually.
Yeah, if you want. I have this really good maple syrup, so I thought that would add a nice flavor.
That'll be nice with the peanut butter.
Well, and the peanut butter I have is organic, crunchy peanut butter. I like a little crunch in my. You can use creamy. But this has nothing but peanuts. That's it. Nope, nothing else.
Salt, maybe.
Well, this is actually no salt, which I didn't mean to do, but that's what it is. So that means like some people are sensitive to the salt thing. So this has no salt. I knew I was going to make the sauce with it. A lot of times in recipes, you'll see get a low sodium soy sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have that. I do have organic soy sauce. So I figured if I used the kind that has no salt and the peanuts, then I'm good.
That's a smart tip to remind people of too, that, things like soy sauce, there's added salt with all of this. And if you're combining ingredients that are all salted, then you're going to get over salting.
Yeah. You want to be a little conscientious of that.
Yeah, that's a good thing to remember.
So I did a half a cup of peanut butter.
Okay.
And that's Valencia peanut butter, and a quarter of a cup of soy sauce. And this is the real deal.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that fun? And then you add a vinegar component. So I have rice vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
If you had apple cider vinegar, you could use that too. But I'm using a tablespoon of that.
Okay.
Do you add vinegars to yours?
I do. I like to have a little tang.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm just going to stir this up. And I might, if it doesn't look loose enough, you can add like a tablespoon. Yeah. See, I'm going to add a little bit of hot water to that.
Okay. So I'm going to do what you guys, so define loose. What does loose mean?
Well, this is a little thick. So I just want it a little bit thinner than that. Right. It's and some of it's because it's sticky. Mm-hmm. Peanut butter's sticky, and I want it to get on, coat the noodles, not just stick to the noodles. So I'm going to add just a tablespoon of hot water to loosen it up a little bit. And if the noodles are hot, between that and just loosening the sauce up a little bit.
I was just going to say, with the warm noodles, that'll help too.
Yeah. And then I have this.
I feel like I can smell
sauce. I have this crazy hot sauce.
Wow. Oh, that's good. It's important. I mean, if you like spicy, you have to put spice in this because it
Yes.
really does transform.
It adds a really different dimension. But you can add crushed red pepper if that's it, if
Right.
you want to. I'm gonna literally add like an eighth of a teaspoon because this, I'm not kidding you, is super hot.
Fire water.
Yeah, it totally is. But I love having spicy peanut sauce. Okay, and so I think I've added everything. Yes, I have. So this is the sauce. That's the end of the story, people. Okay, so you can add, use your rice noodles.
Mm-hmm.
You can use regular pasta, fettuccine, spaghetti, linguine, whatever noodle you have around. Really, any noodle works. But if you're gluten-free, use a rice noodle. It's awesome. I'm going to stir fry later when we actually do have dinner. I'm going to stir fry some ground pork with some shallots, garlic, and soy sauce and a little mirin. And then I'm going to add that to my noodles with
Yum.
fresh shredded carrots.
Wow. And then you're going to put some fresh green onion on top.
Fresh green onion and chopped peanuts, some smashed chopped peanuts. So that's how I'm going to serve it tonight. But if you have shredded chicken left over, if you have shrimp, any of that stuff works.
Tofu, if you're going vegetarian.
Holly, if you have composted manure, do you still use fertilizer?
Yes, you can. It depends. I always tell people, it depends on what your manure is. Chicken manure is the best. It has the highest nitrogen in it. If you have steer or goat or some other animals, the nitrogen's not so high. So it can get depleted over time. So you don't need it right away, but I would say after, once the plants start producing fruit like tomatoes or cucumbers, you might want to give it another hit. I use a seaweed-based fertilizer.
Yeah, I do too. And I don't know if you have emu in your neck of the woods.
I don't.
We do. And from what I know about emu poop, you don't have to let it compost. You can just go get it and use it. But you have to find
I don't know anything about that. But I can tell you that if you have a choice, chicken is generally the best. The thing about cow manure, which I found out the hard way, is that their stomach doesn't have a high enough acid to kill the weed seeds that they ingest. So then they dispose of them. And you can imagine in their disposal, you have a perfect environment to create more weeds. So,
how fun is that?
Yeah. So when I first started my garden, there's it was horse. There's a horse farm. Horse is the same problem. So horse and cow is the same problem. But so they said, oh, well, we'll give you all this horse manure. And I'm like, great. And so it was all composted. The same weeds that this is 11 years ago, I still pulling today. So let that indulge. Get chicken if you can.
They're very healthy weeds.
Yes, they've been living in the poop. So there you go. But but you can't over fertilize. Most people under, but you can over. So it is important. Once they start flowering though, and they're producing fruit is when they're going to need some more food. So it's good to give them another
little boost. Yeah. So yes, a small bunch is not a measurement. You are correct. I'm going to say that was 4. As that I'd say in a small bunch. Usually, when you get a bunch, there's probably 8 or 10 in a bunch at the store.
No, yes. Yeah. Well, you're asking me? Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's about how many are in there.
I always think about it this way. What flavor do you like the best in that peanut sauce? Do you like to have the peanut butter? Do you like the soy? Do you like the ginger? Do you like the garlic? If there's some flavor component that you like more, then add a little more of that. I like a little more ginger and garlic in mine. So whatever the recipe calls for, I'll maybe add a little bit more. And then I do like the soy. I think the soy sauce. You had a good ratio for your soy to peanut butter. I'm for that.
Good.
I bet. And now I'm hungry.
Yes.
That's the worst part about this, not cooking, is I have to watch you cook and then I don't get to eat it.
I know that is the worst part about being the person in the audience.
I'm like, what? Who came up with this idea? What?
No, this recipe is not in the present cookbook because the cookbook's been written. So this is the ongoing thing, but I will post the recipe in the Facebook page. So
Do.
you can always find the recipes on our Facebook.
You can make this on the fly. It's a great go-to fast dinner.
Yep, it totally is, or a lunch or something. It's a great sauce to have in the refrigerator too. So
yeah, put it in your mason jar. Put it in the fridge.
Put it in your mason jar. Well, we miss you, Lisa, wherever you are. If you're watching from afar,
she's busy.
She's a busy girl this week. That is for sure. So here I'm going to put this up on the air here. Our Corona Kitchen Instagram account, please join that because we're just starting that off. And Poor People's Campaign.
Do you have the pre-book order?
Do
you have the link to the pre-book order?
I don't have it up on here because the links are too long. But if you go to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or Bookshop online, it's That Time We Had Our Feelings is the name of the book.
And of course, on the Facebook page somewhere else so people can see it all.
Yeah, we should. I don't know if we put it up in the description or not, but we should. I usually post it when we repost the episode. I'll put that in the posting so people can tell where.
We got to get people buy the book.
Yes, and do not forget to check out Holly's Homegrown. And you don't have to just buy plants from her. She's got salts and vinegars and oils and
please don't buy plants.
You don't have to just buy plants.
No, buy them all.
But do if you're here locally. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us. And thank you, Holly, for being my cooking partner tonight.
Now I'm hungry. Now I want to eat my dinner.
I know. Yum.
That was something.
Hey, good luck on the lacrosse team tonight.
Go Cougars.
Go Cougars. That's what we want to say. Go Cougars. At least to drive back safely.
Wrong direction.
How is your shift plans?
No, I don't. I can't across state lines.
Yeah, that's what I think. California's pretty strict about that stuff.
It's very, very strict.
But thank you for asking.
Thanks for asking.
Everyone, keep wearing a mask. Get vaccinated. Holly's got her second one today.
Yay, me.
And stay safe, everybody. We'll see you on Friday for sure.
Okay. Bye.